And Angela jumps in her seat, guys, and we are live. Listen, I'm trying out some stuff over here. Girl, look, let me tell you. Let me tell y'all before everybody clicks on Angela. Hey, Angela, I appreciate you accepting the challenge I gave you. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. When I tell you the title of this thing hit me, and I literally ran in here, I'm like, girl, you got to put on a shirt. That's how excited. I was literally jumping out of the shower and I was getting dressed and I got so excited because it hit me because we were having our little chit chat earlier about what we were going to talk about. And we were trying to, and I said, leading women, like where are our leading women of television? But then I was like, there's no way we can come on here today and not mark ourselves safe from Gorilla Glue.
Exactly.
and give everybody the background story, the update. Now, we have not gone to the source. We, like so many of you, saw the TikTok and then the post and the follow-ups have become so invested in this. But one of the things that I would do is to try to get us beyond it. Because I was asking, how does this happen? How does it happen? Like, I can see ordering online. Okay, first of all, I'm Yalanda at Dryer Bus. 20 years I have been Dryer Bus. 20 freaking years. Almost, wait a minute. Almost 20, 19 years. I've been Dryer Buzz. Prior to that, we were an online destination that connected you between your business to the salon and the barbershop. So those of you like, why Dryer Buzz? Because we connected you to a community in between your visits, between the salon and the barbershop, keeping you in the know of all things that were happening. We became an amazing online destination, of which I ran and was the editor of for 20 years. Okay. And so along the way through, networking in Atlanta, I would often run into this lady over here. That's Angela Stoker.
Me.
One of my favorite scholars. She's also a scientist, helping us to navigate women having to navigate other spaces. And so she and I, for a long time, been trying to figure out how to do something together. And we could never get in the room together, right? We tried it. Okay. It didn't work out because life is what it is. And we can no longer wait until that perfect opportune time or perfect opportune space. We're going to be old ladies. Okay. By the time that happens, right? So we were like, look, let's just go ahead and use the technology that we've been telling everybody to embrace and use. I'm like, why is this thing not? This is how I was trying to get ready to come in here. Right. I'm still about to flash y'all. And so we decided, listen, from whatever space you can pull together, whatever space I can come together, her still trying to put on her earrings. I'm still trying to put my shirt on.
And like literally, I'm over here trying to get the video to share to my Facebook page, and somehow it's set to private to only me. I'm like, I give up. It's like
it might be me. I don't know.
It's I'm sure it's something I did. It's on my story. I hope people will see it. I was like,
I've been getting on you all week about opening stuff up,
and I've been trying to open things up, and I'm like, and now it's only me. Like the one place that everything I do is public is on Facebook, and now it's not. Now I can't get that to be public, right?
And Facebook will do that periodically. You'll go back. You're like, why is there no engagement on my posts? And you'll see that your posts are all marked as private.
Right.
But there is a little down arrow. Let's get the show started, and you'll see it.
Yeah.
And you can, if you see a lock, click on the lock.
Yeah, right. So I opened it. I unlocked it on my page, so I was able to do that. But I still can't. I was just going to repost it to my page. Still won't let me post public. So anyway, it's on there. Hopefully, people will see it.
People will see it and come on.
Yeah, but it's that kind of energy and that kind of day. And
it is.
And I'm like, yeah, I was just and. It was such a pretty day here in Atlanta. It's. I mean, I don't know.
I went outside today.
I did too.
We went for the walk, and I was like, let's just hang out here for a minute. I think I can get this done in 30 minutes. Let me just...
Same. I did it. I was like, you know what? How many of these days do we get, right? I said, I'm going to go. I'm just going to be outside a little bit, sat with my coffee, just looked at the trees, and so, of course, then I'm like, I'm running late. So, but you know what? I think sometimes we got to do that. We have to take that moment. Part of being leading women is knowing when to when to capture the moment, right?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
we have it's got to be close to 70. Sunny. The sun is hot, right?
It's hot.
It feels like late spring here, and
Mhm.
it was so rejuvenating, right?
Mhm.
To be outside and to be in the sun, and all my neighbors were just I could just see people just trying to get outside. So yeah. So hi, Lashonda. It's so good to see you. Um, I had to have to peek over here. Thanks for joining us today, and hopefully you can get outside. I don't know if you're. I don't. I
I
can't
think
remember if Lashonda's
LaShonda
in Atlanta.
desperately needs to get outside because we hang out with LaShonda on Clubhouse, and she and her whole family are hunkered down with the work from home, learn from home.
Yeah.
They got it going on over there. So thank you, LaShonda, for making us a part of your afternoon, coming over here with us. And I'm going to get with Angela and see if we can do an after talk because I think this is going to need an after talk on Clubhouse. And
Yeah.
I'm going to catch Tachi. Let's catch Tachi when she comes in. Let's get Tachi and let's go over there and do a safe from Gorilla Glue.
Yes, I think that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
and we might need. Let me go ahead and schedule that for
Yeah.
somebody else.
Before
Get it.
somebody else
'Cause
gets it.
everybody's asking me, am I going to do another safe room?
Yeah.
For the
And
simple fact, the last room we did went viral. Tell everybody about that for me while I do this.
yes, so Yolanda, along with Dr. with Dr. Tachi, and was it Charlene? I can't remember. I always can never remember her name. The three of them. So, but Yolanda Dryer Buzz set up a room last week related to an issue that had of racism, racial discrimination, bullying that happened on Clubhouse last week, where a white man set up a room that was a welcome room for Chinese and Japanese speaking newbies to Clubhouse, and then attacked a Chinese speaking person for speaking Chinese in the room. And it was part of a long history that this man had, whose name was David, of being bullying, of being he's a colonizer to me. He would go in and would hunt people to come into his group to build his numbers for self promotion, and then treat his audience terribly. He would then unleash his audience, his core fans, on people and would dogpile them. So that in that room, this Chinese speaking young man got dogpiled, right? So Yolanda set up a room called Safe from David. What the hell's happening, or what the hell's going on? And she and Tachi and Charlene, right, moderated an 8.5 hour room on Clubhouse where people just had a chance to vent and express not just about that particular incident, but about their experience being bullied, being co-opted, being ignored, uh, the whole experience on social media since the beginning of time. It was a really beautiful healing space. And in fact, almost all the important players, other than David, because he's off the platform, came into the room and spoke. As soon as Yolanda got it set up, and as soon as there were some representatives of the Asian community on Clubhouse, she deferred to their moderation and leadership. It was a textbook picture of how to handle this kind of thing. And it was big enough that it drew the attention of media. And so if you go to Yahoo News, if you look on Yolanda's, Dryer Buzz's page, look on my Twitter, her Twitter, we've all shared it.
Or go and read the Yahoo Finance
I was Yahoo, right?
article.
Yes, Yahoo
Mm-hmm.
Finance covered the room and interviewed one of the members of the Breakfast with Dryer Buzz, one of the moderators there, Shay Cannon, right? And about her experience there, particularly as a Black woman on social media, and her participation. But Yolanda being called a member of the media, and I thought that was funny what your response was to that.
Which was,
Which was, don't call me media. I'm not one of
I'm not
you.
one of you.
She's like, I'm not one of you.
I'm not. But I had to go to that esteemed position because she did so much to omit our names
She really
when
didn't.
on Clubhouse that's all you are is a name and an
I know. And I
avatar.
thought, why didn't she say your name, Tachi's name? I'm like, she went out of her way to not name you. And I'm like, that I did not understand.
Yeah.
So that part I was like, that seems purposeful. Now, I wasn't going to say it, but I was like, why didn't she say your
Why?
name? Because
Wait,
your
wait,
name is
wait.
there, right?
Why did you say I wasn't going to say it?
Yeah.
You.
Mm.
She said, I mean, I want you to hear yourself. You said I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah.
We got to, and you are out part. You introduced us to the Whisper Network.
That's yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got to call you out on that.
No, no,
You
no.
just
And
said
it's
I
like,
wasn't going to say it.
well,
Now
I
you
just was
got to
like,
say it.
and
Yeah.
literally it was because I'm like, am I missing something? And I thought, well, maybe
Hmm.
she couldn't reach you in time to quote you or something like that. But then I was like, well, Yolanda's always available. No, I literally, and
Yeah.
I will say, and in my defense, I thought about that for like 10 seconds and moved
Hmm.
on. But
Hmm.
yeah, but I did think it was unusual. And I was like, should I say something? I'm like, well, maybe there's something here, and I let it go. You're right. I
Yeah.
should have called it out. I should have called it out and said,
I
why
just
did you not
I
name the
like
women
I like
who
that
moderated?
you knew to say it. You like wait, right? I
Yep.
love the fact that it gave you pause,
Yep.
and that's what we need. We need more things out here in this world and society to give us
Well,
pause.
and
Lashana says she didn't even acknowledge her contribution.
yeah,
Well, again, she saw us, the three ladies at the
right.
top, representing our three different media groups, and
Mm-hmm.
we have become what traditional media is competing with. And
Yep.
particularly, she was writing for a well-known search engine. Is it still
Mm-hmm.
is Yahoo still a
Yahoo.
search engine?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So she said these were three black women in media and tradition. We are. In no way she could have, said, "Hey, Dryer Buzz and Media Scope,"
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure, Charlene, what she
Yeah.
represented, but it happened because I opened the room.
Yeah.
Tachi agreed to co-moderate, and Charlene came in and said, "Hey, listen, I know all the key players. Let's do what this do." I said, "Well, let's not do what he did and
Right.
not and get out. Let's get out of the way
Right.
and let this happen." And that's what we did. So I'm okay with it. And she did acknowledge in the room that she was a journalist, and I didn't even hear this part because I was so
Right.
busy doing the
Right.
other part. I was told that she did acknowledge in the room that she was a journalist. She was writing a story about,
Yeah.
are you over consuming, or how
Well,
do you figure out on Clubhouse what to do?
I remember when you pinged you were messaging me because I was in and out of the room, and you were like, the media showed up. The media just
I
showed up.
did
So
say that to you, so
you
I
did.
obviously caught up. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was the same person.
I
I assumed
wondered
it was. But
because it
you
was
said to me,
several. They were coming so fast and furious because
yeah.
the room was trending. We had an ongoing rotation of 400 people in and out.
No, it was 400
So
people for over 8 hours,
8 hours. This
so
was an 8 hour room, y'all.
it was a spectacular example of
What do you
moderation.
call it? It was a symposium. It was a
It
town
was. I
hall.
would
It was
say it
a
was a town hall.
global
It
town
was a
hall.
grassroots town hall,
That's what it was.
and it was yeah, it was a symposium, but it was a grassroots town hall where everyone who wanted to speak had an opportunity to speak. It was like, 2
Hold
minutes.
on, Lashonda, where are you? Lashonda says she's got snow.
So I was
Isn't
thought
she here?
I don't think she's in Atlanta. If
Well,
she's
no. Earlier today, The View posted a live Doppler, and it literally had 6+ inches over the East Coast. And I'm
oh,
like, but it's freaking 70
it's
degrees.
because we have a polar vortex. It looks just like a big giant purple V,
Is it
right?
snowing? Isn't Lashonda here?
I don't think so. That was why I said if she's in
She's either here
Atlanta,
or Alabama.
because there's a polar vortex that's dipping down even into the south, but because of that we're getting this beautiful warm summertime weather, right? But just above, it's 20 below,
What?
like
Okay,
in
wait.
Michigan, and in the Northeast it's horrific. So everybody who's watching us who's
Oh,
like,
Lashonda's in St. Louis.
okay, so she's in Missouri. I was gonna say she's not in Texas. That's someone else.
And we've got Lakeisha. Hey,
Hey,
Lakeisha. Lakeisha just
Lakeisha.
finally catching us live. That's all my mom's homeschoolers, trying to manage home. Follow this young lady right here, right now in the comments. Lakeisha is helping you guys get organized with it. There is Tachi. There's Tachi.
Hey,
And then, of
Tachi.
course, Lashonda said 19 degrees.
Woo!
Oh, girl.
That's cold for there. I
Girl.
used to live in southern Iowa when I was in middle school, so I was there as a
Yeah.
kid,
Yeah.
and you know that night, yeah, that's
Mhm.
Midwest winter. But even so, that's probably their high. Lashana, that's probably your high, right? What's your low?
We got Sean Smith Jet catching you live while she's on her break.
Oh, hey.
Tati, I need you. And you probably just got a notification on Clubhouse. I know. It's Wednesday. You have your 6 p.m. show. I know you have your pre-show on IG, but I added you as a moderator because I'm pretty sure you're probably going to talk about this as media and pop culture. Midwest winters are brittle. I know that you're going to cover the whole gorilla situation, but we are calling our show today "Safe from Gorilla Glue." And I want to talk about this, and it's no slight of Gorilla Glue, but
No.
they got to figure out what to do with this. But I want to also talk about it from where we're going to take the conversation. Is how does this happen to a woman? As leading women, and we have a weekly show on Wednesdays, how does a young woman end up putting an adhesive in her hair? Now, I
Well,
got a new product, not a new product, but I had to revert to a product that I would normally use because I'm letting this stuff grow out and got to have my whole curl thing. Y'all can see how there's a lot of
oh
hair on
wow,
my
look,
head.
look at
There's a lot
you.
of hair on my head.
You've got a lot of hair. What?
Today's episode is brought to you by Redbox Valentine. It's brought to you by Redbox Valentine. Just to segue in so I can move this box. Shout out to all of you that have purchased not one, not two, but all of our red boxes. When I get off, as I'm doing the after talk, I will be doing an inventory to find some more red boxes. I think we may be able to accommodate some pickup orders. All right. Everybody's orders has been shipped. And this is a pickup order that's coming today. So we've got pickup orders going out today. We said that we can only guarantee shipping up until the 9th. And those that went yesterday, we're showing that they are due to arrive on Friday. So let's just hope that the post office cooperates and get it to you on Friday. And then I've got just a couple of special deliveries that I will be making. So yes, your red box. This is your red box Valentine. It is filled with 6. Here's your 6 soaps right here. You're going to get your rose, your honey rose, your commemorative Madam BP, your raspberry, red velvet, and then of course naked. All right. So yes. And then we had this one where you get a half a dozen. Some of you jumped on early birds are getting the dozen. You should see that, Angela. That's going to be the tower, the gift tower. They're getting a dozen soaps. And I'm going to debut something. Let me debut. I didn't debut it yet. Hold on.
Okay. Drum roll. That did not sound like a drum roll, but imagine. That's maybe a little better, more like a drum roll.
I'm coming. All right. I didn't debut this yet. My daughter's like, no, you can't yet. You can't yet. And then my other daughter went ahead. And then my other daughter posted already. Okay. So those we did a pre-sale of some early birds Valentine. So not only are they getting this is not the big red box. Angela, I think we lost you.
I think you did. Sorry.
What happened? Okay.
I'm back.
There you go. Okay. So we have the big red box, which is basically this box. So you can see the difference in the sides, right? Hold on. Let me see. All right. This is empty, y'all. This is not. So this is the big red box. So they're getting this set up right here, right? But they're getting 3 boxes. So they're going to get the big box and 2 of these.
Nice.
What's going to be in that? That is for those. We only did a couple of those because we're launching new products. And so in the box, they get the big red box. But guess what? They're going to be getting this.
Wait, I got to look on the big screen. I'm looking over here.
Hold on. Let me show. Yeah. That is the spa soak. So they're going to be having a weekend. Now, keep in mind, Valentine is a 3-day weekend. Okay. Valentine's actually on a Sunday. So they will have a luscious spa soak that they can use all weekend. Also, brand new, our body butters are here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So they're going to get also the body butter and the spa soak. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And those are custom. Those are for our special customers that have been with us since day one. They jumped out when we did our pre-sale for Valentine's Day. So again, they're getting the big red box. This is our regular red box. And it's a special red box filled with half a dozen of our soaps. But this box is going to be filled with a dozen. They're going to get a dozen soaps and the body butter and the spa soap. And we're going to throw in a little bit of massage oil.
Well, there you go. That's a Valentine's weekend, baby.
Everything I would want in a Valentine. I don't have a Valentine, Angela. But those who don't have a Valentine get to play Cupid. So I get to play Cupid all weekend.
And absolutely be your own on your own Valentine. And then there's the whole idea of Galentine's Day, right? Which actually was a joke from a show
When
from
is
Parks and
that?
Rec. Galentine's Day is February 13th. So the day before
I don't want to
Valentine's
play that. I don't
Day,
want to play Galentine.
you get your girlfriends together and do Galentine's Day.
All my
So,
girlfriends, y'all are not getting soap. I done sold every,
y'all,
I have sold
nope.
everybody. Angela's just trying to get some soap, y'all. I have sold. I'm just playing.
I'm trying to
I may
score
hit
some
y'all
soap.
off with a gift card. I'll probably hit y'all off with a gift card because let me tell you, I am over here. Even the display soap, has got to go in a box, right?
Right.
So as a matter of fact, I'm over here trying to find soap. These shelves are empty because along with the red box, we had two other boxes. We announced our family box and our bestsellers box and our mystery box, and that's probably what sold for Galentine.
Yeah.
So, and
See,
then of
that's
course,
it.
all of our orders went out in a red box leading up to
That's
Valentine's.
beautiful.
Okay, and my shower today was look. I've got to go on there, Angela. I had to swipe myself a bar of this turmeric and ginger.
Ooh,
Too many people have been swearing by this soap, and I'm like, "What
interesting.
you? I haven't had it myself. I've tried it, and
Right.
I actually it this I can't tell you what it does, but let me tell you, this is the best bath ever. In fact, I almost drowned in the shower, Angela. Let me tell you what I did. The
Yeah.
lather on
Okay.
this thing, the lather on this soap is so freaking
Wow.
insane. Because you know, this is normally when you go and you take a shower in your bath, you know, you run out of lather, you rinse off,
Yeah.
you come one out.
That's it. Yeah.
It's this. It
Is it
doesn't.
so? So
It's
what is
forever.
it? What is it about that? Does the turmeric and ginger contribute to the lather, or is there
That
something? Is there
because
some
I
other
mean
secret?
it's
I
the same
don't.
recipe as the naked. It's the same recipe as the red velvet. It's the same
Hmm.
recipe, except for the turmeric and ginger. It has to be
Right.
the turmeric and ginger, and we put good doses in there, and so it feels so good. And then it's such a clean fragrance. You know, you just get.
Hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna be late to the show. I gotta rinse off, and you hate to rinse off because you're like, it's so much freaking lather, and it
Yeah.
feels so good, honey. I went head to toe with this stuff, and it was absolute
That's
awesome
great. I'm
and
gonna.
amazing.
You're gonna lose me for a second. I've got my.
Which
I real.
one is? Let me see. Which one is that? Someone called me. Okay, that's such American ginger. I will be. I've only got four of these because I think I had five left because somebody called me yesterday and I went ahead and added a couple more. But I'm like, I took one of those off the shelf for myself because I'm like, I need a whole bar. And a lot of you that are getting the red box Valentine, you are getting a sample of the turmeric and ginger because we asked on our poll, should we put a sample soap in
Hmm.
every box? And everybody's like, yes. So a lot of you are getting a sample of the turmeric and ginger in your box, and I'm going to be making that all weekend. I'm waiting for the fragrance to get here, and I am that right there is in freaking saying the lather. All right, let me see how cool. The drum roll, everybody's back. Real moms are homeschooling. I love that. All right, so again, if you're my friend for this Galentine thing, Angela says I need to break y'all off. I'm gonna break y'all off for a gift card.
There you go.
So hit me up if we're friends or you just want a gift card. I'll give you a gift card for that. If you like me, don't have a Valentine, I'll get you a gift card. And if you have a birthday, don't forget to use your code birthday bar for your free bar. All right, back to the show. How the hell did this happen? How does a grown woman,
40-year-old woman.
Angela, she was 40?
She's 40. I threw you off. She's 40.
Shout out to TikTok filters, y'all. Let me tell you,
Oh,
never.
shout out to jeans. Black women don't age, and whatever if she's putting
that was some
Gorilla Glue on her
filters.
skin because it
Mm-mm.
looks fantastic.
That's beauty mode on TikTok. I messed around, turned beauty mode off, and I was like, "What the hell? Turn that back on." All right. But let me tell 40, Angela.
She's 40. She's 40. Yeah, I didn't make that up.
Well, see, here's where I want to go with this. You and I hadn't had a chance to talk about this. You
And
know,
I think I know exactly how it happened. So if
she,
you want,
because she got no, she don't have no cousins. She don't have
well,
any
it's,
cousins.
well, it's true, but no, because there is a trend in social media on the internet to do strange and weird things, right? There's for hits, for clicks, it's the whole weird food thing, right? So like there's this video going around, and it's this woman, and she's doing like a Cold Stone Creamery treatment where
Uh-uh.
she's pouring nacho cheese on her counter. Yeah.
Mm.
And so
That
so that, but it's like, nobody's gonna eat
wait,
that. First of all, it's cold. But
that's her. That's colonizing.
yeah, well,
That was straight up freaking colonizing because, girl, you supposed to put down some aluminum foil. See, she was trying to steal the trend. That
she
her,
yep.
yeah, I saw her. She was trying to steal the trend
but
from.
but particularly you take that, right, you
No,
take that and you make it disgusting, and then it will trend because people are like, look at this, right? Oh, this is
right. Look
this
at
is
this woman. She did
extreme,
it all
right?
wrong.
and
Ooh,
and and so I think that the Gorilla Glue girl had it in her head that this would make an interesting video, right? So she showed the regular hair glue, right, the regular
there
hair
is
stuff.
a gorilla. Hold on. There is a gorilla gel. There is a gorilla
Oh,
gel.
she did. I don't think she made a mistake. She said, I watched her videos, and she was like, I got this. Maybe she made a mistake. I think she thought this would be an interesting viral video to show how she used this adhesive, right? This industrial
I
adhesive
pray
to
not.
get this hair, because this is, I mean, like, the extreme things that people do. And again, people show these hacks, right?
I'm
And
praying that she thought this was the gorilla gel because
yeah,
there is a gorilla gel.
well, and maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, there is a gorilla gel called Gorilla Snot. Okay. And it's supposed to be the extreme hold of all
Mm-hmm.
the gels. The product that she uses is
Mm-hmm.
in the same style can
Mm-hmm.
as the adhesive. It has that big
Right.
spray, industrial spray. And I had never seen that product because she's like, I ran out of this. And she was like, y'all, if y'all run out of this, please don't use this. I've been this way for a month.
Right.
That was the first TikTok
Right.
video. And then people say, well, wash it. They were trying to tell her, don't wash it because that makes it harder. But again, beyond that, because if I'm going to do a safe from, we got to tell you, listen, you need some friends.
Yes.
You need your mother. You need your grandmother. You need your cousins. You need some women. You need some yes. You need some no folk around you. You got too
Mm-hmm.
many yes folk. You trending too daggone much.
Yeah.
No reason she should have gone a month, even if
Well,
she,
that's
even
the
if she
question.
is a person out here and she can't read. Okay,
Right.
and like I'm saying, well, maybe she went online. I'm like, she had to have bought this offline because otherwise, in a store, you
Right.
literally have to go from the hair aisle around to the
Right.
construction aisle to get this glue. It ain't on the aisle. It
Well,
ain't nowhere near each other in the store.
right.
But I'm saying she had to have ordered this online
Or she may
and
have
had
just
to have searched for that particular
well,
can.
she may
Ain't
have
no
just
way.
had she may have just had it in her house, right? The sort of thing that you have in the house, right?
I don't think she had that in the house.
Well, and does she live alone? I mean, this is the other thing. Did somebody else have it? But I will tell you, punk rockers have
She
used
used that because
the
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 can looked
punky,
like the other can. That's
right?
what she did. It
Those
looked like,
punky spiky mohawks,
yeah,
right? That
yeah.
from the 80s and whatever. That was Elmer's glue, right? So there's a long history of people putting weird glue products in their hair, right? I really think some of this is from this trend of people sharing
I
hacks.
will
Oh,
say
you
when
don't
I
have
first
your
saw the
product, you
video,
could use this. And I think she looked and said, oh, I could use this. And it's probably cheaper than the product she was putting in her hair, because women's hair products are so
it's
expensive.
hello, hello.
I guarantee you, a can
Yeah.
of Gorilla Glue was way cheaper than the can of the stuff that she was putting in her hair.
And
So
I like you, to your point, I thought she was about to tell everybody, hey, let's start using this. Look at
yes,
this. That. Let's not deny the hair was laid. And I'm like,
yep,
damn, it held for a month. Okay, but she obviously didn't have no breakout from it. I'm like, wait, my first thought was, wait, you wanted to get rid of that? Why? you know. However, when she started, like, wait, y'all know, because you looking at it, you don't get. I'm hella entertained. I am
Mm-hmm.
hella entertained by this video, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
entertained. Girl, your hair is laid. But then I was like, wait, is she crying? Is she holding back tears here?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? And then she was like, this is the problem. She's like, don't think that this is this. And then
Yeah.
the first post that I saw was another post saying, somebody said that they almost confused the gorilla snot with this gorilla
Oh,
thing.
interesting.
So
Okay.
there is some issue with
Yeah.
having these two products.
With the same
And hell,
name.
the one thing I learned from this is, hell, I don't know how to spell gorilla because God dang it, they kept telling me I was spelling it wrong. But anyway, first of all, let me do
No.
this. Hold on. You're a black woman. You ain't got no business buying nothing gorilla nothing. Okay. I'm just saying.
I,
Mistake number one. That's why I said she need a mama, her grandpa. Let me walk. Let me try and walk in the house, like with some gorilla stuff.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be stopped. Okay. I grew up with cousins, right? Cousin
Mm-hmm.
Belinda be on here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And you seen how vocal cousin Belinda will get on this
Yep.
thing, right?
Right.
She don't even care that I'm out here and I'm a grown woman. I'm still the baby cousin, right?
Yep.
And you didn't seen her have to like check me
Yeah.
on this thing. She'll come out here in a minute. Remember whose you are. Remember where you come from, right?
Right.
And all up in the middle of our live broadcast. This gorilla girl, she
Yeah.
needs some cousins.
Yep. No,
She
and
need a
that's
mama. She need a grandma. But one of the things I want to say, let me get serious here with this, is that what the while it's still hella entertaining because this girl is headed on a plane to a plastic surgeon, y'all. Now there's another girl, another woman over there on TikTok. She done every kind of experiment. Like, girl, all you got to do is do this. Because my first thought was, okay, why isn't she like just oiling herself up? Wouldn't some oil take care of that? Like,
right.
don't we all go and grab the Vaseline for everything?
Right.
Right? So
Right.
one girl was like, girl, put that Vaseline on there. It's going to break it down, right?
Right.
We know it's going to break it down. Because I was like, wait, where are the brilliant women with
Yep.
the remedies? When COVID hit, the first thing that they said, these politicians said, look, go get you a remedy. Go get with somebody that's
Mm-hmm.
got home remedies, because it's that home remedy. You don't have to wait for the FDA and
Mm-hmm.
all these other things, pop red tape. Somebody's got the cure for this. They told us that, right?
Yep.
You had to go. Somebody had to make your hand sanitizer. You couldn't buy hand sanitizer. You couldn't buy a mask.
Yep.
And what they said, go get with a maker, right?
Yep.
So there's several real professional women who have learned the science behind hair, have put all kind of remedies out there. One girl said she needed to put the goo gone. Is that
Goo
what it's
gone.
called?
Yep. Yep.
Goo gone. Somebody said, girl, slather down in the Vaseline. The Vaseline's gonna break it down, and you're gonna do this, that, and the other. Well, she went to the emergency room. They told her to do. Somebody said the acetone, but it's
Yep.
gonna burn like I don't know what. So she went to the emergency room. They gave her the acetone. Now she has a GoFundMe. She's been verified on all the accounts. So because
Mm-hmm.
everybody else is like, I'm good. I'm Gorilla Girl and this, that, and like, no, let's get her accounts verified.
Mm-hmm.
Let everybody know this is not a joke. This woman did put this adhesive in her hair.
Yep.
There is a plastic surgeon that is. I don't know why anybody took no clippers and just cut it off, but he's apparently got a remedy, a
Well,
save
and
for this.
right, and I guess part of it is that it has perhaps bonded to the skin on her scalp, and that there is no separation between the skin and the hair, right? So that the only way that hair comes off with clippers, you could clip it short, but it's still going to be bonded down to the skin. Like it is one thing, and that's why you have to have some sort of chemical or whatever, like say, to loosen it. But I mean, this, it's like you would have to take a razor blade. Like there's certain, like
Which I'm thinking, yeah.
if you had glued your fingers together with Gorilla Glue,
And
right?
who hasn't done that with the super glue and all that
And
kind of stuff, right?
if you couldn't get it off any other way, they literally would take a little scalpel, right, and go down and try not to cut your skin. So I'm just like, I think there's probably something like that going on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to back up though, because you've moved me off of my position of where I thought she had a hack. I bet
Mm-hmm.
she did think she was ordering that other product. because
Yeah, because
Gorilla Snot, Gorilla
I
Glue
don't know how she
sound.
acquired it though.
She, yeah. Well, this will be interesting because she's going to be interviewed and she's going to tell her story, and we'll hear how it came about.
Mhm.
But yeah, that makes sense to me that she
Let's
thought
get
she was
through
getting
some
the
of
other
these
product.
comments because my
Yeah.
question is because people are saying there is a lawsuit. I mean, we knew immediately
Oh,
that
she's
they
not.
would have to change up some labeling and so forth. But let's go back because I'm trying. Y'all are coming in fast and furious on the
Yeah.
comments. Tati says, "Lord, I can't wait to talk about this. There is a glue called Gorilla Snot, a gel called Gorilla Snot.
Yeah.
Um, let me slow it down. Okay, there's a glue called Gorilla Snot, which we know, and it was too much of a hole for me. I was like, wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute, and I'm dry buzz, okay, and I love some laid edges. Okay, but anyway,
Right.
uh, let's see. Sean says, hell, there are people who now want to do this because they are graying or paying wigs. Let me see, a praying wigs who now want to do this. And see, I never understood the whole gluing down the lace front thing ever.
Right.
I didn't get that ever. She thought, hold on, let me get everybody on here. All right, she thought it would come up in a wash. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. The only thing, hold on, here's another one. Tati says the only thing that will work is acetone. And
Yeah.
there, look, there go my big cousin right there. I told y'all she needs some cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Here come my cousin, and she says, Belinda is watching. Won't he do it? That's our
Yeah.
prayer warrior, y'all. Let me put that on the screen there. To those y'all over on the YouTube watching as well. And then the next one says, Lashonda says, that's some tough glue, even though manufacturers don't know how to get it loose because they don't want it to come loose. You want it to be permanent. Sean says she needs to put some what? Some solumel on it, right? You got to tell us what that is. Belinda Garrett says it's in her pores. It's attached to her brain.
Oh my God. It's about.
She says it was an honest mistake. It
Yeah.
was an honest mistake.
And
But being an honest mistake, lawyers all over the place are getting slammed because they're saying that those that are saying that there is some probable cause for a
well,
lawsuit here.
and it's interesting because it says don't use on your skin, but it doesn't say don't use on your hair. So these they think about these they think about these liability statements on these products, right?
Mm-hmm,
And I'm
mm-hmm,
like, she may have a little bit of a loophole in there, although
mm-hmm.
your skin is attached to your hair is attached to your skin, right? But I do. She may have a case. There's a lot of people that say no because of the warnings on the can. That probably not. But it
Is
didn't
this
say don't use on your hair.
possibly?
The next set of Gorilla Glue cans will say do not use on your hair. I
Yeah,
promise you, right?
not, this is not a hair
This is
product.
not a hair product, and I
Well,
think they will.
let me ask you this because now if you have a product out there for all of our merchants out there, you have a product out there, and you have been used to having that store shelf, being on the store shelf.
Yeah,
That's the only way your consumer would engage with you, and there you could be in the right aisle, have all your
yeah,
disclaimers and all of that. But now, when you think about virtual,
yeah,
and let's say an algorithm gets you mixed up,
yeah.
you're now I bought it online. You're not there to give me the explanation. You're not
Right.
there to somebody, we've been boasting about, the soap. Somebody goes and they didn't hear the entire conversation. They went online. They're over there now buying. In fact, while we were talking, an order did come in,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to pray. I have to pray that they went over and they looked at what was on the first page and it said, hey, listen, before you buy, and
Right.
it's irritation and this. I can put all the warnings out there. I can, but it's still left up to some interpretation because while I want to sell this in the perfect scenario, there are other scenarios out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
People are going to come across you. And so we have to think about all those things now. If I went and did a search for, I don't know what that product was called, but I saw an influencer and I just want to go search for the type of can. I love the design of the can. She showed this can is just like this can. They
Mm-hmm.
could be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's just like we know that there are manufacturers out there and they run one product down the line and they run the next product down the
Yeah.
line and they do two totally different things.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm buying the oil, I was like, I noticed the container And I'm like, wait, that's the same container. It's got
Mm-hmm.
to be the same brand. It's just got two different labels because this one is going to this store and that one is going to that store. And I ain't read nothing. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, these feel the same.
Yeah.
But then I looked at it, oh, well, it's got two different labels because this particular company doesn't allow all of this stuff in theirs, right?
Yeah.
Theirs is unrefined, theirs is refined, meaning
Right.
whatever version
Right.
will sell, let's sell it, right?
Right.
So you got to be a better consumer, but at the
Yes.
same time, if you want to sell something, you got to anticipate it, even at 40 years old.
Well, and that's it. And I think we're overwhelmed. We're living in a time of overwhelm. And it's hard sometimes to focus and to fully track what you're doing. And so it's actually easier now to make those kinds of mistakes, like you say, because we're not talking to our friends, we're not in that proximity, right? To be like, hey, I was thinking of trying, right? Or have you heard this? I'm out of this. What's a good product? But also our mental faculties are
Mm.
worn down, right? We've had a year, we've almost had a full year, not just of pandemic living, but of grief living, right? With no processing, with no public processing of that grief. Everybody's had their lives disrupted. We're collectively
I don't mean to
disrupted.
laugh.
Go ahead.
Her video, when, like you said, you knew, okay, it's on TikTok, so you expect, oh, this is gonna be funny, right?
Right.
She's just playing. But then I was like, wait, what was that? That sounded like a piece of trauma. Wait, what's going on here, right?
Yeah. And I think it's interesting that LaShonda was saying, you have to have a disclaimer for those who don't read, and it's not just that they can't read, it's just that they're not in the habit of reading because we've moved away from reading, right? Because everything is video and audio. So there's something in that as well, is that we're not, there may be people that are just not thinking to read. They're used to seeing a video about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't really they don't look and read the ingredients. They don't
Can you
read what's on the
imagine
can.
walking through the store and you turn down an aisle and all of a sudden you hear, if you're shopping on this aisle, products on
Please,
this aisle.
okay.
Go ahead.
Please do not put this in your hair. This is not for your skin. This is not for
Right.
your hair. Please do not inhale. Please do not consume. This is a deadly product. Please, yeah, yeah. I mean, like
Yeah,
literally,
this
there should be
aisle
like a little,
contains such and such
like every, like like you when you walk into the dairy section and the light triggers, right? You walk up and it's like the light comes on. It's like you walk up to the shelf and the little thing triggers, and it's like, please be aware, this product may cause. Yeah,
right.
that
And you'll be like, oh my God, but think how tone deaf how quickly you're gonna become tone deaf to
well,
that.
that's it. And then we'll completely block it out. But that goes
Mhm.
back to this sense of we're just overwhelmed and we
Oh,
can't process, and we don't make good decisions. And and this is in her full defense. Sometimes we just aren't making good decisions because our brain is not functioning right, because we've just been steeped in cortisol and all of these things that are designed for us to
mm.
have, and just in an instant, it's supposed to help us be fast or think clearly or go hide or go fight, right? But instead, it's just our
You
systems are
you
just
are
pumping
you
it.
are such a good advocator. You are. I
Oh,
love you for that.
thank you.
Because we are going like this daggone girl.
Well,
I love
don't
it,
worry. There was a
Angela.
part of me that's like, when I heard she
You
was
you
40,
and LaShonda are
I'm like, you a
saving this
grown woman.
cake
But
for her.
but
LaShonda said, "Read LaShonda's coming." I can't see that part. What
yeah,
does
it
that say?
says I'm gonna have to look over here. It says we're also living in a world of hacks, trying to do things quick and easy. And it's like everybody's like, find the hack, and you don't realize that a lot of these hacks are very dangerous. And I was messaging Yolanda yesterday, and I'm looking at white lady natural curly hair, like white lady natural hair movement, right, which is gaining steam. And there's a whole bunch of them that don't wash their hair. And I was like, "Come on, ladies! This is the number one. This is the number one stereotype of white women and white people. They don't bathe
Well,
and don't wash their hair.
we
But
know
anyway, they don't
the
wash their hair.
stereotype is that because we think white women wash their hair every day, and
Well, that's it. White women wash their
red,
hair and go out with wet hair, which
right,
I've done.
the hair women.
But there's also a thing they don't wash their hair. But I saw this whole thing. They're like, use the bowl method. Use the bowl. I'm like, what the hell's a bowl method? And it's literally people dunking their whole head into a bowl of vinegar water.
Oh
Now,
yeah, oh yeah.
I used to rinse my hair, and rinsing your hair with vinegar is actually very good for your scalp and your hair. But you don't I just know that there's somebody who's pouring a
Don't
full
have,
bottle of vinegar,
yeah.
of
Don't have any
like white
cousins.
vinegar in a bowl and putting that will kill you. You will die. It's like you has to be like a cap full of apple cider vinegar in a gallon. I mean, it's like
Who's doing that?
this is a whole thing, honey. This is a
Okay, read
whole
Belinda's
thing.
comment, and then I'm gonna
All
let
right.
Angela help y'all with this.
Yeah, it says everyone is in, I don't know if I'm gonna help you with it. Everyone is in such a hurry, and we have to stop and take time to. It says to breach and regain focus. Yeah, to breathe and regain focus.
We didn't regain
And
focus. Okay,
it's like,
so
and but
you're saying there's a trend that there people out there dunking their heads in the
they
vinegar.
dunk their heads, right?
Is
And
it
then
because they're trying to do a trend as opposed to doing it like what they should know?
and it's a way to get curly hair to curl into what they're calling clumps, right? Which is almost like giant ringlets, right? And so it's a way to get naturally curly hair. There's something
And
the vinegar
they
does.
don't want to do it at the same time everybody else was doing it because theirs got to be different.
Right. And so it's like this, all these, there's, again, it's a hacks, right? It's this thing. Well, how do I hack my naturally curly hair? Right. And so I don't understand what the vinegar is doing to make that happen. Right. But there's would
Except
be
for cleaning the
products.
hair.
There would be a way that you would put a product in your
Well, the
hair.
vinegar is a stripper, so they're
Yeah.
trying to strip the hair,
And,
right? Because the vinegar
also, but it causes it to clump up into sections for whatever reason. It
right,
will
because
section.
you've taken all
Yeah.
the product
But
out of it,
but I was
and
like, if you've got
that's
hair,
not hard.
I'm like, if you got hair dye in your hair, that's not going to look.
Well,
That's not going to look good.
that's what the vinegar is supposed to strip
And
it
it will
back
strip
down.
it. It'll strip it
Natural
out.
color.
But I mean, there's plenty of uses. I used to do a
So,
vinegar rinse. My
wait,
mom
ask it out
is.
again. Wait, slow down, Angela.
Yeah.
Ask it out again. They're dipping their
They're
whole
dipping
head
their whole
in a
heads.
bowl.
And
Not,
think about
not going this way, but this
no,
way.
this. So think of a salad bowl, and you're going to dip your hair and the
Okay,
top
let's
of your
see.
head.
Hold on. This is I am still dryer buzz. Ladies, okay? There is an inflatable bowl. You go over to Amazon. I need to, okay. You will be able to
You do
put
this.
the concoction in the inflatable pillow, right?
Yep.
And you were just gonna lay down in your self-care moment, and it's got a little dip for your neck, and
It does, and it has a tube. You can
Yeah.
put a hose to it and drain it. I have one. Yeah, I mean, it's like you can buy that thing, and it's not expensive. It's not expensive at all.
Well, okay, so again, coming back to us, are we not talking to them enough that they know this? Because you said you got one.
Oh no, I have one. Yeah, and actually,
okay, well then have you ever posted it?
I haven't because I got
I'm
it.
blaming you then.
Well, you can blame me because I was
you.
using it for a person with a disability to be able to wash their hair in the bed, right? And I had to research how do you find, how you wash somebody's hair if it's hard for them to sit up and hold their neck straight, right? And so there's a thing that you can get that's like this. Yeah, so I've not posted about it because
you know how mad we are at boomer women. We did this to these young women. We did this.
Yeah.
Look, Angela
okay. All right.
Like, I don't want Angela's not trying to own this up.
I am not.
Angela's like, wait, I don't want that. No, we are.
I'm like, get in your shower. Well, I mean, how did I find this thing? I found it like 6 months ago. So I'm not feeling like I've fallen down on the job of something that I've known about for 6 months. But still, I do understand
tool for that.
Is to say, and maybe there are people in that space because I just went into that hair care space yesterday. So I really
yours has a hose.
Yes, mine has a place where you can actually drain it. You could put a little tube to drain it so that you really could pour, this the one that I have is designed for somebody to be washing somebody's hair, not necessarily your own.
Not yourself.
So it's draining out, and you could keep the water flowing so it doesn't overflow and come up into your ears. Yeah. I'll post it. I'll go put it on.
Look, you got the hack.
I got the hack right there.
Get everybody's comment. We got everybody's comment. Guys, let's do a little bit of a reset.
Yep.
Because we are 50 minutes into this thing. I'm Yalanda at Dryer Buzz over there. That's Angela Stoker. We are leading women because we look around and y'all are following. So we figure we better keep leading. And we do this broadcast each Wednesday from 1:30. We hang out till about 3. Great and amazing audience. And we also invite y'all to jump in the stream down there with us inbox us or email us at where, Angela, if they want to be part of the show. What's our
It,
email?
it, it is leading women weekly at gmail.com. So leading women weekly.
If you feel like getting camera ready and you want to jump on with us,
Mhm.
hey, it takes every second for us
And
to get camera ready.
you can also inbox us. You can through Messenger on Twitter. We're highly available. But yes, so any your whatever your preferred communication method is. But leading women weekly at gmail.com. And this is a long comment.
Guys, I remember I used Super Perm on baby fine hair. It did not have, let me see, it did not have on there for thick, coarse hair only, and all my hair fell out.
Ugh.
It killed my hair. That is why I wear wigs today. That was 40 years ago. And we
I
all know the famous line of Peaches. What did she say? Peaches, bring me back a prime. And last time you got me Supergirl, right? Okay, y'all don't know that. That was from one
I
of our favorite movies. But again,
well and
this.
that damage that was done to Belinda's hair,
Mhm.
I really fear for this for Gorilla Girl, for Gorilla Glue Girl.
Yeah, she
Uh,
made and
is
you.
that she if she really has damaged her scalp, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's the part. And this is the part I want to go back to something that you said earlier, which
Mhm.
is I think a relevant question. We can maybe do that on Clubhouse too. Is why did she wait a month? Very quickly, she must have realized, she was tapping her head, right? Ding, ding. That this something wasn't right, right? I mean, at some point, don't you start to realize maybe the first
Well,
time you wash
people
your
did
hair and it
wonder
doesn't move, you're like,
how
this
she
is great,
applied it. They were
you
like,
know?
well, how did she put this on? Because I would have thought her hands would have been stuck.
Well,
Like
yeah, exactly.
what tool?
How
What
did
tool
that?
did she
Yeah,
use?
what tool did she use to put it? There's a lot of questions, and I'm sure that she'll do a video or an interview that will answer it. But I do think to this idea that before a month was up, there was probably an indication. But here, I'm going to throw this in here in her defense. I'm going to say I'm going to try to be open hearted. Is that I'm sure she thought, where am I supposed to go? Where do you go? Right? All the
Right.
salons are closed because that's the first thing I would do if I had a hair problem. Is I'm going to talk to my hairdresser. Right? I'm going to call my hairdresser. I'm going to go
Well, see,
in
that's the problem right there.
and I'm going
They're
to have
not
my
going to
hairdresser take a look.
professionals, but they're not going to professionals. Like you said, they all out here doing all these
Yeah.
hacks
And
and
again,
not going to professionals.
the expense of paying somebody to do your hair, right? I understand that, but I tell you, I maintain a relationship with my hairdresser, and even though I've not been going in the pandemic, I message her every once in a while because I think it's good to have professional people that you can talk to, right? But yeah, so I think this idea of who would you go to and ask, to your point, where's her cousin, where's her sister, where's her mom, right?
Well, you know what?
Where's her friend that would say that you say, this hair hasn't moved in 2 weeks, should I be worried? And for somebody to be like, yeah, because immediately when she started posting, people started saying, go to the emergency room, you go to the emergency room, you're damaging your scalp. Like, as the longer that stays down, the more damage is being done, right? So where was the person, like you say, 2 weeks ago, that said to her, you might need to ask around at least to see what should happen, right? And there were people who were like, you need to see a dermatologist, right? And I thought she got really good advice very quickly, right? But it's not the advice you want to hear, which is go to the emergency room in the pandemic, right? So all of these things that she might have normally done under normal circumstances, like you say, starting with, she'd have just gone to the store, she'd have never gone on an aisle where there was Gorilla Glue, and she wouldn't have gotten it, right? But I thought there's about 5 steps in here that the pandemic has made worse, and so that she ended up in this spot. It doesn't seem logical, but there could be some logic to it, of just the worst, like at every point, the worst probability. If there's probable choices, right, that she just ended up taking the worst one of each. And maybe, hopefully, and I'm knocking on wood, that was me knocking on wood, she's gotten it in time. Because to your point, if her scalp is not hurting, right, the scalp's going to hurt if there's damage. Maybe the plastic surgeon is going to be able to do what is necessary and not have long-term damage to
Are
her scalp. But
y'all really thinking she's gonna have skin removed with this thing?
I don't know. I don't know
Linda
enough
says
about it.
that's it. It may require the total skin on her scalp to be removed.
But there are
I
people
agree
that
with
are,
you because of economics. Made it was
yeah. No, I've
yeah.
heard that. I've heard people saying that if it's bad enough, it I mean, she might need a skin graft on her scalp, right? It could be that bad. Now, I feel like if she's not feeling it hurting like that, but you know, but I think even the procedure that they will do with the plastic surgeon is 3 days, right? It's 3 days of trying to
I'm thinking.
loosen
I
that
thought
adhesive.
maybe he was just gonna kind of sedate her so they can go ahead so that
It's a 3 day
use
process. Yeah.
use
So
all these chemicals or whatever, and
yeah.
so that she wouldn't feel any pain from that. But the coming back around to this, and I again on her TikTok, and I'm glad that on her official TikTok page, it doesn't say official, but there's 879,000 followers, and literally she had just posted 3 videos
So she's not a TikTok
into.
person.
Hold on, she only posted 3 videos into this first video where she did the. No. Hold on, let me. Okay, so this is her page. So she only had 9 videos out there. This was, she was happy go lucky to this. Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know, my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with a little Got to Be glue spray, just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this Gorilla Glue spray. Bad, bad idea. Mm-hmm. Yo, look. Mm-hmm. It don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I washed my hair 15 times and it don't move. Stiff wear. My hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this.
And I'm just like, I think it's so sad.
It's totally sad because where she lost everybody was when she said the stiff wear. Yeah. That was the current trend,
right,
of a sound bite. So that's what makes everybody lose it, and you go, wait, is she playing? Is she serious?
Well, and I tell you, the first thing that I saw people saying was, I don't believe it, right? So there's no way she put that in her hair. This is some sort of a, this is to get follows and whatever. And then she's going to show that she did whatever. But it's like very quickly, like you say, before that video's over, you can tell she's in distress, right? But by the second video, it's like, no, she's really, that this is bad. Something bad is happening.
Linda says, I agree. It may have already killed the nerves.
Oh my God.
If not the glue itself, doing all the stuff to get rid of the glue, man.
And I tell you,
and she says this is traumatic for her. She, in fact, somebody else
this is traumatic. Oh, poor, yes. And
somebody else is giving us the update, so she's definitely traumatized. And from New Orleans, that's the thing too. Trying out all these hacks. She, like I said, was brand new. If this is the only account that she had, this is her prior to.
Wait a minute. Is that her voice?
No.
I was like,
no, that's her jumping on
performing
TikTok,
to a song.
doing the first set of trends.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to get our video knocked off, but
yeah.
So she was coming on the TikTok and getting ready to get all up in the trends, and then next thing you know, you had this video, and again the conversation quickly went to, wait, she's using Gorilla Glue. You're supposed to use Gorilla Snot, right? So then of course, Black women, please don't be out there buying. And I don't want. I'm like, Gorilla in the marketing doesn't work for us. We don't do that. Again, where is her friends? Where's her mother? Where's her, first, one thing we know about New Orleans people, they roll in generations.
They do. Right? They roll deep.
They roll deeply, like at 3-4 generations at a time. And I'm like, how again, but again, we're in a pandemic. There's a little bit of isolation. We
Well,
all
and consider
do things, keep ourselves
Mhm.
normal and so forth. But now we see that this has become a traumatic experience. But listen, again, I'm dryer buzz. How did I spend 20 years blogging and didn't blog about hair? Simply because use women weaponize hair. And I was
Mhm.
like, to hell with all y'all. Y'all ain't coming up in here talking about no damn curl pattern, no lock. We ain't doing that up in here because
Mhm.
women weaponize hair in hair conversations, right? So I was like, we're gonna talk about community and all these other kind of things. But let's just say somewhere along the way, this thing went so far left. Now I'm gonna talk
Yeah.
about black women. Let me tell you about Martin. I have watched us go from occasional weave to the daily weave. We keep trying to pinpoint when did we get to the daily weave? When did daily weave come a thing? I feel like it came online with the show Martin with
Martin.
Gina
Hmm.
and Pam, right? Gina and Pam was rocking the weave, and then they had the whole Sinead character, and they had the beauty shop and so forth. And then came, and I don't the wig thing like rocking the wigs. It's like, but you would come home, you would take the wig off, the scalp gets to breathe, you still washing, you still clean and all
Mhm.
that. When we got to this generation that don't want to be washing their hair, I'm like, I'm done
Mhm.
with y'all. I'm done
Mhm.
with y'all. I ain't even trying to be on the elevator with you because you don't know, but I'm done with y'all on this. Then when y'all start gluing the stuff down and you pulling it up and it's painful, and then
Yeah.
people got these videos of y'all showing up ain't washed their hair in a year, and
Ugh.
like what's under there, and people out there, there are a couple official stylists out there that are having to do all these amazing remedies because people have traumatized themselves
Mhm.
over this hair thing.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not even gonna say I don't get it. I get it. What it's got to stop now.
Yeah.
Mind you, there are some people that are experiencing hair trauma because of other traumas, and that's just where it's happening. But your scalp needs to breathe
Mhm.
every day. Every day.
Your scalp is skin, like other skin on your body, right? And I think that's the thing. It's like what if you just like wrapped your whole body in plastic wrap? It's not going to work, right? It's like if you wore it'd be like if you wore a neoprene outfit all day
Mm.
and never took it off, right? You
And to that point, there's not been a woman yet that has said rocking the lace fronts forever. There's been no one that said it was a good thing for them.
yeah, yeah.
you know and yeah, okay, it started out, there was a conversation of protected styles, but people who needed protected styles, they were going on film sets, they were having to have all kind of things done to their hair.
Mhm.
Average daily person, you don't need to protect your style. You don't.
Mhm.
Okay, like I know it's nice to take off your short wig because you want versatility, and then you got all this long hair, and for whatever reason you don't want to cut your hair, and so
Mhm.
you want to rock the wigs and all that kind of stuff. But nothing needs to be glued to you.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there that needs to be glued to. There is nothing that
Well,
needs
and
to be
and
glued
I
to.
worry about people who do eyelash glue. And I'm sure there's some horrible stories of people not using the right glue for eyelashes.
In the
And
hacks, right?
yeah,
You got to go to a professional to get.
yep.
There are
And I
people who are licensed,
I throw
my
that out there
daughter,
because
licensed and trained. You can't
yep.
go watch a TikTok.
No.
Okay? Now you might can go watch a YouTube because it's a little bit longer and you're gonna learn a little bit more. But I just feel like let the professionals and and there are people who are getting the late. Let me dial it back. There are people who are getting the lace front stuff done professionally, and then they go back in, but that person is able to then diagnose, say, hey, listen, you need to go for a week without it, right?
Right.
So that's another thing. Diana Ross, she been rocking lashes forever. She look good. Keep
Mhm.
on with that. But that's minimal compared to, and there's care that goes into that on a daily
Yes.
basis. It's not
Yes.
stopping anything from breathing. It's not,
Right.
there's no level of being unclean and
Yep.
unkept
Yep.
that goes with that. I have seen videos of them, and people are gorging on these videos of people pulling this stuff off. And like you've had this wig on for how long? Like
Yeah.
like a year, 6 months,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you felt something going on up under there, growing, moving.
Well, and this goes
Can't, I can't with this.
well, and it goes back to the pressure that we feel around our hair, that women feel around hair. And it is, we've had an ongoing discussion about my issues around my hair, and that it's, that this it's about identity. And this is why women will there are women that won't get a mammogram because they're afraid that if they find out they have cancer, that they'll lose their hair, right? And it's like, how about if you have cancer and you don't find out, you die, right? So it's not logical, right? There's not a logic. And so this idea of having to present a certain appearance and a certain look,
That's a
it's
very wide spectrum. Oh my God.
it's
Yeah.
it is, but it's something that it's just cooked into to so many of us, that
Mhm.
is about, again, about feeling powerful, right? Feeling in our own power. And this idea of perception, right? How we're being perceived. And sometimes it's just directly you're being told, right? You don't look
That's
right.
how we end up on the trauma side of this thing.
Right. But many times it's just that internalized piece that is like, if I don't have a certain look, I'm not going to be able to get, right? And what is it that people want?
Pain.
Love,
Mhm.
career,
Mm,
money,
mm.
respect. And it's that right there,
Uh-oh,
right?
lady, come on, leading woman, say that again.
That's it. So
Love,
love,
career,
career,
money,
money, and respect.
respect. And those are the reasons women are making the choices.
And
She
are
wanted
mutilating themselves. And are,
Jessica. What was her name? She wanted respect,
yeah,
y'all.
Tessica.
Bottom
Yeah.
line.
Let's call her by her name. I think that's
Jessica
appropriate.
Brown
Tessica.
wanted respect.
Tessica wanted the
I'm
respect.
underscore D underscore old lady. I am. She did the I am because y'all
Yep.
like telling everybody they gotta do the I am. And
Yep.
she says, I am the old lady.
Yep.
And she wanted
She
respect
wanted
because she knew
respect.
having her hair laid, y'all were gonna respect her.
Because
And
how
she
do
has done this. Hold on, we
think
got
about
one
how
more.
Black women are criticized for, like, say, just having one little hair out of place. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. I know
Like,
what the pressures are for white women, but even
I
I know
wait,
that for Black women.
hold on, stop. Because I'm gonna girl, look, I'm gonna bring you through this, Angela. You just said you know what it is for black women, but you don't know what it is for white women.
No, I said I don't. No, I said I don't. I
Say it
said I
again.
no, no. I said I know what it is for white women. I said I
You
can't
don't
fully know what it is for Black women, but I do know that there's a criticism over having
a
this
hair out of place.
right here,
Go
a
ahead,
hair out of
girl.
place, right?
Belinda's
So
comment says, I love wigs, especially now in the pandemic. I get home, take my wig
mhm.
off, and disinfect it, keeping my scalp safe
See,
because you don't wash your hair every day with wigs. You can
hmm,
spray wigs down, she
yeah,
says, y'all. You can spray your wigs down and disinfect them, and you should. And that's one of the reasons why I do a big chop, because I know one of the things, let me tell you, being a black woman and having this naturally coils, my intuition is into it, right? My intuition is, the longer I let my hair get, the more intuitive I am. And
interesting.
I ain't trying to know all that about y'all. So I have to cut some of this stuff off, right? I'm
you're
like,
like
okay, I'm
you're
too
like
in tune with the
Samson.
world.
You're
I'm
like
too
Samson. Your strength is in your hair, but you just cut it. You're like,
I
no, I
cut
don't want
it
it. Don't want
because
to
it
know.
is. It is a thing, believe it or not.
Well, and there's
And not only
energy.
that, the traumas that I've been through, because I wanted to lock up, but then I'm like, my life is traumatic. I ain't trying to
And
bring last year's stuff into this year and so forth and so on.
and it gets stuck in your hair. That trauma, that energy is
Hmm.
in your hair. And that's where, when you
Not in
look
mine, it's not.
when you look at the spiritual traditions around
Hmm.
locked hair, right? That
Hmm.
there is that part of it is that at some point you cut your hair, right? And they'll shave your head or you cut your hair very short. That's part of it in spiritual traditions like that,
Hmm.
because you're releasing that, right? But
Mm.
that's true. I mean, I've had therapists say that, right? is that if if you've been
Let's
through
go back
trauma,
to this morning, Miss
it's
Angela.
it's in the hair, right? And so when you cut
Mhm.
that off, like how old is that hair, right? So I mean, I really do think there is something, again, there's an energy, even though hair is dead and blah blah blah, but that there is I believe that there's an energy in it, and if nothing else, it's just that freshness, that difference, right, can bring
It
you
goes
up.
back to what you were saying. We're
Yeah.
trying to obtain love, right?
Career, yeah. Love, career,
Money,
money, respect.
respect.
Yeah.
This morning, I challenged Angela to a thing about her hair because it holds up our show, right? Because I have to sit here. Y'all don't know till we go live. I have to sit here and I have to wait for my girl over there to get in her confidence corner with her hair. And we've been in a pandemic. We've done this show now about 2 years now. We're doing
Yeah,
this.
but yep.
And in this pandemic, my girl, because one, she is a caregiver and she doesn't want to go to get her hair done. So her right there, she doesn't want to go get her hair colored, and
Me.
she only goes to a professional who uses organic products. So I know everybody in the world is talking about, well, damn, why she don't just go to the CVS? Because, as I said, she only goes to a professional who uses organic hair products. And she has not wanted to challenge her immune system because she is a caregiver. I want y'all, don't look at me, look at Angela, because she's going through it over there. Because I'm talking about her. She's going through it right now. And I said, Angela, here's what I want you to do. I want you to tie your hair up. Because when Angela showed up on camera a couple of weeks ago,
Last
with
week.
last week with a gray hair, her phone lit up when everybody was saying how beautiful she was in her pandemic gray. And Angela, but she didn't see that. And she's having to sit and look at herself in this episode with her hair pinned up, and you can't see her brown, and you can only see, but she sees
Mhm.
something other than what we see.
Mhm.
And so I said, Angela, I want you to sit through that, because we talk about all the time what we needed to get from boomers, right? We
Mhm.
talk about that all the time. And I said, Angela, there are women coming behind us. Angela and I have both been through some very traumatic experiences and we have survived them. And that's our common bond. And we come on here each week and we talk about leading women. Angela is hella bothered by her hair being pinned up, but you are absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
We see your skin. You got your new corner, your background, but she is not seeing what we are seeing, y'all. And I want to celebrate her and her courage for that because what she is seeing is reminding her of something in her past, and we're asking her to embrace that. And so I want to just acknowledge your courage. You and we can continue. I'm not saying you have to have the epiphany today, but we want to acknowledge that. And everybody is saying, yes, she is.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. There it
Thank
is
you.
on the screen. LaShonda says, I love the gray on you. Welcome to the club. Go look
Mhm.
at LaShonda's picture.
Yeah. And you look
Rocking her
great.
gray. But again, like I said, we as women, we have what's in our mind's eye. And Lord knows every time we turn on these cameras, they don't match.
Right.
Right? It just does not match. But Angela, you are absolutely beautiful and you're glowing and you give to us so much. And I just wanted you to embrace that because it is absolutely awesome. And you look fabulous, girl.
Thank you.
Okay. And Valentine's around the corner. So happy Galentine's.
Thank you. Happy
We are
Galentine's.
at 1:13. We got a few more minutes. We try to go to 2:03. So we got about 10 more minutes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm somehow getting low battery again. I don't know why my battery. I guess my phone's
No,
giving it
that's
to
you
that.
trying to run out. That's
Uh,
all right. But
that's
no,
it. That's me trying to get out
we,
of
we,
this.
we're
But
going to
if I
go.
if I if I disappear, you know what happened.
Right.
And
Well, we'll go ahead and wrap up because I want you to go ahead and get charged up. I set the Clubhouse version up for, I think, 3:30
okay,
to give
all
us
right.
a chance to go and do some other things and then jump in on the audio over there. For those of you that are not on Clubhouse, if y'all need Clubhouse invites, please
Yes,
hit us up. We do have
if I got
invites.
five, I got five sitting
Angela
there.
said she's 5. I think I got 5 too. LaShonda said society doesn't embrace gray, and they try to make us feel bad because
Yeah.
we do. I give them the finger. All
Good for
right.
you.
Angela says love, career, money, respect. Let's just go right to the respectable thing. But listen, women, we are out here. We have our tribes, we have our support. But that young lady putting adhesive in
Mhm.
her hair
Yeah.
obviously doesn't have enough people
Yeah.
around her. She's probably in an isolated space. She jumped on TikTok to get in the trends, and she's like, "Y'all, I'm trying to do this, but let me just tell you." And think how vulnerable she allowed herself to be to say, "Y'all, I made this mistake. Help me out." And it took us a
Mhm.
minute. Think about that. It
Yeah.
took us a minute. Like, wait, is this another joke? Is she
Yep.
serious?
Yep.
Wait, she's crying. That's not.
Yeah.
So everybody's watching. People are contributing. She has a verified account. She has a GoFundMe. She is traveling to a plastic surgeon on the West Coast who is going to figure out what this young woman needs to do to save herself again. But there is somebody around you that because I know sometimes we feel like people are watching us drown. I was literally over here drowning. My
Hmm.
big cousin was like, "Girl, we don't do that. Do
Yeah.
this, do this, do this. Save yourself." And,
Yeah.
and so forth and so on. And I wish that every woman has a friend like I've got over here in Angela. I hope that all of you have got friends like we've got to come and watch and hang out with us on these shows. And we're gonna end here. Catch you guys on Clubhouse. There is Saida. Saida, we had a question about her saving it off, and there's no way to even get in there to do that because of where we're going to get an update on all of that.
Yeah.
Update on all
On,
that. But we're coming to Clubhouse. We're going to continue to talk about it. The room is over on the calendar. Go add it. It's called Save from Gorilla Glue. And we'll talk about this, y'all. Everybody, thanks for watching. Episodes are up there. See right there, leadingwomen.com. Go and please subscribe to our YouTube channel because we'll be
right
moving
this way.
over there. And please, thank you so much for the support. And everybody give Angela some encouragement again for putting her hair up and letting her know she is a beautiful woman. We all have our issues, but
Yeah.
they don't have to be issues if
Mhm.
you just let somebody know, y'all, this is what I'm dealing with. We're normalizing here in
That's it.
2021. We are normalizing knowing what people are going through.
Yeah.
That's it for y'all. Bye, y'all. Have a great
Bye.
one. Leading Women Weekly. We'll be back next week.
See ya.